Hi, and welcome to a new Villagers and Heroes Discord poll discussion. So this time it's all about fun. Let's see what V had to ask. What is fun? While this is an open-ended question, keep answers related to gaming/VNH. So let's see what the community has to say about that. And let me tell you, the community had a lot to say about fun, and mostly what isn't fun. But anyway, I've tried to pick and choose the one that were the most fitting for our discussion. Anyway, okay, so first we have Saridwin saying fun equal killing things with friends. Well, don't go and say that out loud in public places. Now we have Squishy Lux saying questing with killing optional. I like a story. To be fair, I like a story too. I get what you mean, Squishy. Alright, now we have Ruffles saying potato. Potato is fun, praise the almighty Spudfather. I'm gonna link in the description. I've made a video about potatoes, like potato-based game. Go watch that. Now we have Goad saying fun is when you craft that epic recipe after so many tries so you can enhance to legendary. So you like grinding the same stuff for a long time, huh? I guess fun is different for everybody, and that's what makes this poll so difficult, is that there is no consensus on what fun actually is. Okay, now we have Fergus saying, what is fun? Things I do for fun. Turning in that last stack of materials to a village project that will push it to the next tier. Timing jumps when running uphill to get the maximum hang time. I do that too. Watching the sheep dance. Doing the early Nadia quest. Running through zones like a lunatic looking for Zingara. Man, high five, Fergus. We do quite a bit of fun things. Okay, now it's Eaglin. What is fun? Theory crafting builds and testing those builds in challenging content. 2. Trying to craft your dream items for the builds mentioned above. 3. Helping guildmates with your crafting specialization while receiving similar help for specializations you don't have. 4. Raids. 5. Not event zones, when each boss takes 5 minutes without any variety or fight mechanics throughout a single fight. 6. Not refining raw materials. Yeah, this is not fun, although some people would tend to disagree maybe. Not gardening, when you are supposed to utilize your garden to help your gameplay throughout your development, but utilizing your garden means that you cannot improve your gardening skill, thus making gardening a completely pointless skill to have until it is maxed. Then they continue. I am sure some of these suggestions were early made at some point, but here are mine for some of the elements I numbered above. 1. Please allow us to have talent configuration slots so that we can theory craft our builds in a more agile way. Going back to your working build after the theory crafting fails gives me physical pain. Imagine having billboards in villages or hubs where people can place their orders for materials or certain crafted items with specific stats they want. Placing an order and fulfilling an order would be limited to a certain number per day to prevent a little number of players from dominating the billboard. Maybe make it so that fulfilling an order would also give different types of XP or currencies. This would add a great dimension to the villager aspect of the game, I think. 6. As I suggested in the previous poll, adding optional minigames to make this process more fun and engaging. 7. Remove XP plants entirely and balance ingredient plants to give enough XP for gardening. Well, thank you for your comment. I feel I'm just too tired to really understand what I'm reading, to be completely honest, but this is my only shot at recording this one, so it is what it is. Alright, now we have Cosmic Kitty with What is fun? Spreadsheets are fun? No. Working on builds is fun. Complex stats are fun. Raids are fun. Rift is mostly fun, but a bit long. I prefer a system with a daily Rift boss. You did one each day and could kill once a week. Weeklies instead of dailies. Crafting too many oak planks is not fun. Repeating the same dailies indefinitely is not fun. Well, there it is. Now we have O saying some type of you know what you do for your parents when you're young, like my kids have the worst time since my name starts with a W, and in French we don't have that many words that works with W. Anyway, let's read what the O said. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea. F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for uranium bombs. N is for no survivors when you... Plankton, those things aren't what fun is all about now. Do it like this. I feel it's like a bridge, and I've messed it up quite a bit. Plankton, those things aren't what fun is all about now. I do it like this. F is for friends who do stuff too. Never. That's completely idiotic. Here, let me help you. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. Try it. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea. Wait, I don't understand this. I feel all tingly inside. Should we stop? No, that's how you're supposed to feel. Well, I like it. Let's do it again. Okay. F is for frolic through all the flowers. U is for ukulele. N is for nose picking, sharing gum and sand licking. Here with my best buddy. Well, that is certainly fun to read. I think I've massacred it quite a bit, but hey, I tried. Alright, now we have Arcaneum saying, raids, hard raids, bosses that require you to move around or do a certain thing and not just spam buttons until it's done. Some people would disagree. Some people don't like hard raids, but I get what you mean. I agree. Next, we have Ishan saying, I won't tell you. Okay, you convinced me with your angry look, I'll tell. It's fun to complete quests. It's fun to do crafting. It's fun to do combat in general, be it raids or level 95 elders. But you know what's even more fun? Just talking to my friends, just fooling around with my friends, just running around Ardent and messing around with my friends and having a good time. And of course, attacking people with sword. The most fun I've had in this game is whenever I've done stuff with friends, from talking to questing to bounty hunting to just fooling around, and that's what I love the most about this game. The freedom it gives me to do whatever I want. Well, it's well said. Although, to be fair, we don't need any dev, we don't need devs to create any content if we can just run around and having fun. Like, oh man, I'm tired. Let's go. I feel I'm not making much sense. Let's go to Tweety. So, Tweety Bird is saying, playing a game without PvP is fun. I like chirping and flying around searching for plenties. Well, chirp, Tweety, chirp. Alright, now we have Mattfish saying, warning, if you don't like text blocks, look away now, lol. I debated for a while how I wanted to answer this question. After thinking about the games I've played, hobbies I have, and other stuff I do just for fun, I figured, why not look at these things and see what makes these things fun or not fun. The following is the result of that process. There are many things that are more or less fun to different people because each person is different. What one person considers a challenge, for example, may be laughably easy to a second person and impossible to a third person. Designing content that satisfies everyone is literally impossible because people have mutually exclusive levels of fun. I feel that fun for an individual will have a lot of the following characteristic for that individual, though it may not be the same for anyone else. 1. A call to arms. There should be a reason for doing something in the first place. Something that convinces a person to do this thing instead of that other thing. These things include a problem to fix, the people of Summer's Hollow are disappearing, a mystery to solve. What happened to the Lumineers this time? A goal to achieve, get a new level, finally beat that boss, or simply something shiny to get, unique raid rewards, even mounts. The more appealing the call to arms, the more people will be interested in the content. 2. A resolution. There should be a point where the player can say they have answered the call to arms. It is finished. They have resolved the conflict, achieved some goal, received a shiny new reward, or brought a story to its finale. At this point, the player can sit back and say, "That was fun," which will inevitably be followed by, "What next?" Without an end, any experience will leave a sour taste in the player's mouth. What happens in the 30 to 40 level zones? Where in the world is Queen Zoria? Who is JM? There is nothing wrong with leaving a bit of a cliffhanger if you plan to add additional content, but leaving something wide open without any form of resolution will keep the players asking, until they lose interest and give up, causing any new content to lose its appeal. 3. A conflict. There should be something that acts against the player, something that stands between them and the resolution. Not just any conflict will do, however. Conflicts should follow at least these guidelines. It should be fair. Read the next two statements very carefully. The player should never feel it is the game's fault that they are losing, and the player should always feel that they were responsible for winning. I'm sure that many of you can think of situations where one or the other of those statements were violated, and it was unfair, wasn't it? It should test the player's capabilities in some way. The classic tank and spank is a great example that fails in every conceivable way. It requires no effort on the player's part, either in character development or engagement with the content. It deadens the mind rather than exciting it. Its resolution always makes you feel like it was all a waste of time, no matter how good the reward is. In short, if you aren't doing anything, you can't be having fun. It should be consistent. Anything too out of place will break any immersion the player has in the content. You lose the player. It should be distinctive. People get used to the same old thing. Change things up enough to keep players from getting used to everything and getting bored. Fight boredom. 4. An atmosphere. The atmosphere is all the other stuff around the player that adds to the experience, but isn't necessarily part of the experience itself. Things like the scenery, NPC names, structures and landmarks, color, mob type, and the theme fall under atmosphere. These should be thematic, all fit into a single theme, relevant to the current conflict, and always add to the experience rather than distract from the experience. Immersion. Immersion is a cliché term that at this point, but it has a vital role in making something fun. Every part of a player experience should be designed so that the player is always immersed in the experience. Avoid letting any one part dominate, such as rewards being the only reason you do something, or overwhelm, such as huge difficulty spikes or jarring inconsistencies. The player's experience. I would like to add a part 2 later on, probably not in time for the video, where I explain what makes this or that thing fun for me. And done. William Hououin. And that is me. We are done indeed, Matt. Thank you for your insightful comments. Now we have Sadie saying, I think I have the most fun when I'm talking to my friends. We're a bunch of goofballs, and somehow I found a group of people like me. Shout out to my dragon family. That's nice to read. Also, when I figure out the most efficient way to do something, whether it's crafting, drop farming, or a combat run, when I find that sweet spot or a magic moment where everything is smooth and everything clicks perfect, like haha, that's how they intended this to be done, then I hit it again and again. I also love crafting, toon building and making gear for people. I never have gold because I'm always crafting. Even zones aren't for content for me. They're where I test my toon. What is my toon lacking? Then I fix it. Well, thank you, that was quite a cheerful story actually. And the last but not the least, Haley, saying, personally, fun for me is being able to play in large groups without dealing with large amounts of lag and freezing. Fun for me is running a zone and actually finding a plentiful node. Fun for me personally is running a zone and not have to deal with other player running to the next boss, killing him and ruining my bounty run. There are pros and cons of having a very active server, just like there is with servers with less players, but that also depends on how you like to play. For us non-social folks, it's not as fun as it is for someone who enjoys meeting new people. There are also players who have played on a particular server for so long that going to another one isn't appealing. I feel that I can smell the salt in that comment. I'm sorry to hear you've had some bad experiences, but yeah, in the end it's an online game with the good and the bad. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope it was somewhat entertaining, and well, I'll see you real soon in some other videos, I hope. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.